Minute.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome this afternoon. This is the Young Family Tai Chi Seattle School, and we're doing section 1, and we are really approaching the very end of section 1. In fact, today we may get through the end of section 1, and that will give us next week to review before the holiday break. So let's start today just by practicing what we know so far of the section. And I didn't ask you folks last time, do you like it called very specifically, or do you like just the moves called at this point? Any preferences on that, or do you want me to mix it up a little?
I like when you call the details.
Okay, well, you can't call all the details all the time, but I'll call what details I can. Let me tell you one thing, one detail though that I do call. On the grasp the bird's tail, I tend to, on left ward off, I want you to imagine that you've got a really giant bird like a macaw that you lift on that arm, and your right arm comes down and strokes the tail. So you'll hear me call that, because that's how I teach it when I teach it, and I realize I'm subbing for Rima. And similarly, when you go into right ward off, you can put a sparrow on your right arm and you can stroke its tail, and your arms will end up pretty close to the right position. So I mean, it's grasp the bird's tail, right? So we might as well. So let's start and just practice what we know a couple of times, and then take questions and review last week and do what we usually do. So let's just take a moment to get into our Tai Chi bodies. Standing with our feet shoulder width apart and prepare. Our knees are relaxed. Our lower back is relaxed. Our head is lifting up. Our shoulders are relaxed. They are down. Our fingers, the middle fingers of both hands are as if we had maybe little magnets hanging from them, Nancy likes to say. You should feel balanced and centered, suspended and held. Opening, our arms rotate and float up to shoulder height. A little wave at the top, and then like pushing a ball into water, a beach ball, until you can't push anymore. Left ward off, we're going to shift to the left, turn out the right, all our weight to the right, and sit. Arms close, left step. Raise that big bird we talked about, and look to your right. Right ward off, shifting right, turning to the right, turning back to the left, all our weight to the left. Grab, pull, close, step. Little bird on that right arm. Roll back, swinging your arms and rotating to the right, and then back you go as you swing left. Reeling your arms in for press and expanding forward. Separating your arms, coming back over the ball for push, pushing up the diagonal. Single whip, shifting back, hands flatten. You're going to grab with that left hand, follow with the right, throw somebody into the corner. Shifting right, all our weight to the right. Make a hook. Step, ward off, deflect, and strike. Raise hands and step forward, shift right, turn right, all our weight left, circle those arms, raise them up and bring them forward. Heel touch with the left foot, right foot, 30%. Arms rotate and you pull down as you shift back and they circle. This is for white crane. Step with the right all the way to the right, right arm up, left arm ball touch. Rotate both arms and swing step. Polish the table with that left hand and strike. Yield forward, shake someone's hand, stand on the left foot, right foot back, coming back on that heel and, I'm sorry, I did that wrong, coming back on the toe and heel touch. And swing, step for another brush knee, polish the table and strike. Left, right brush knee, coming up halfway, arms come to the center. Stand on that left foot in the corner and swing, step, polish the table and strike. And one more coming up on the right, foot out to the right, right foot out to the right and swing, step, polish the table and strike. One more, hand strums the loop, give way, bring that back foot in, push with the ball of the foot, put the heel down and strum that loop. One more, brush knee and push, swing, step, polish the table and strike. Parry, block and punch, just starting like in brush knee and push. Arms to the center. You're going to swing step, but with that right hand, both arms go down and the right hand makes that fist. Then stepping all your weight on the right foot, left hand follows, then block and punch. Apparent closing up. Little turn to the left, yield. And passing palm with the right as your arms cross, wiping off as you come back, turning and pushing forward. Oh, that's as far as we are. Let's do all that once again. A little faster with fewer tips. Prepare, centered, relaxed, head lifting up, body suspended. Opening, rotate those arms, coming up shoulder height and pushing down that ball. Feel very tall and centered and relaxed. Left ward off, shifting left, turning out to the right, all our weight to the right. Close step. Big bird on that left arm. Look to the right. Shifting right for right ward off, turning to the right. All our weight left. Grab with that left arm. Close step. Little bird on the bottom arm. Raise it up. Roll back. Queen's wave, arms rotating to the right corner. Then hold those arms and swing to the left corner. Reel those arms in for press out. Coming forward. Open your arms. Come back over a ball to get ready to push. We'll execute push up the diagonal. Single whip, shifting back, hands flatten, grab with the left hand, pivoting on the right foot, throw to the corner, coming back, hands push down at the center, then make that hook. Step out for a bow step, ward off, deflect, and strike. Raise hands and step forward, shift right, pivot left, arms circle, heel touch, or raise arms, raise hands. Pulling down, circling your arms, all your weight right for white crane. One arm up, one arm down. Brush knee and push, arms rotate, swing that right arm, step left, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute, give way, pull that back foot in, push with the ball of the foot. And been doing a different one all day. And then hand strums the lute. Left foot is in a heel touch. And swing, step, polish the table, and strike for another brush knee. Brush knee right. Coming up, hands come to center. And swing, step, polish the table, and strike. And one more brush knee. Left. Swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute. Stay on that left foot, give way, bring in the back, shift back from the ball, heel touch, and strum that lute. And one more, swing, step, polish the table, and strike for brush knee. Parry, block, and punch. Just like the brush knees in the beginning, the arms are going to circle down, make that fist with your right arm, stepping out one line, two sides, stand on the right foot, turn right, step left for block, and then punch. Apparent closing up. A little left turn, give way with the right arm, arms rotate and cross, open the right hand, coming back, wiping off, centering your torso and pushing forward up the diagonal. All right, not the best calling ever. My apologies. All right, how are our bodies today? We feeling warmed up? Good. How are we feeling on parry, block, and punch? Is that doing okay? It was a while ago. Rima's going, maybe not. I mean, you just did it twice. I'm going to suggest that we do one more practice, starting at parry, block, and punch, and going to the end. Maybe do that twice. And while you're doing it, why don't you also notice what it is about those moves, parry, block, and punch, and apparent closing up, that might need a little question answered or something like that. Okay, so let's do that again from going towards 9 o'clock. So let's see. We start from a left brush knee position. Parry, block, and punch. Shifting slightly back, and left hand rising, arms to the center. Arms circle down for a swing step, making that fist. Then we're going to step one line, two sides, stand on that right foot, and then step out for a bow step as we turn right, and then punch. Apparent closing up. Shift a little left, the right arm extends, rotate your arms, left palm passes under the right upper arm. Shift back, wiping off with that standing ward off on the left hand, turning to center and pushing forward. Let's do both of those again so we can practice. And again, think about what's working or not working. We're in left brush knee. That's the left bow step. Right hand is striking out. Left hand by your knee. Shifting back slightly to get that weight to your heel so you can pivot out. Left heel pivots, left foot pivots out, hands to center. Arms circle down, make that fist, swing, step, one line, two sides, moving forward, and block, punch. Apparent closing up. Turning a little to the left, turning back to center, arms cross, open your hand, shifting back, turning forward, ready for push, pushing up the diagonal. All right, any questions on either of those moves or places you would like to practice more before we go on to today's move?
I found myself just having forgotten a little bit the footwork for parry block and punch. Where is it a bow step and where is it one line, two sides?
Let's do it this way then. You can do the arms or not, but why don't you follow me and I'll call the footwork. How about that? So here we are in, my right hand is out from my shoulder, left hand pushing down. We are as we would be finishing a brush knee in a left bow step. To begin, we shift back, get that weight in that left heel, and then that left foot goes out on the diagonal as your arms come to center. Then as your arms are going to circle down and swing, you stand in the corner on that left foot. But the right foot passes through, steps out one line, two sides, you should see it there, off to the corner on the right. So we go stand on that right foot. We're fully standing on it. Then we turn while we're standing on it, and that brings the left foot up to make a bow step as we punch through and shift our weight. So let's go through that again. So from left bow step to left bow step, but you'll see us actually move a half step to the left when we do. So here we go. Our arms are coming out, but that foot's going to go out to the right. To the left, sorry. Going to go stand on that foot in the corner. And the right foot comes through, one line, two sides, off towards the other corner. Stand on that foot. When you've got it, you can just turn on that turn like you had a pole through your body and swing that other foot out, heel, ball, toe, bend knee as you strike, moving forward. And one more time, because you can't do this enough. We'll do it in this direction because this footwork is really something to focus on. So arms coming up into center as we go back, and then that foot goes all out to the left corner. Then we're going to stand on it and come through. One line, two sides towards the other corner, go stand on that foot, then turn. So we're not moving forward when we turn, we just turn. And then move our weight forward and punch. And one more time from this direction. Coming up, that left foot comes out. Go stand on it. Bring the other foot through, one line, two sides, go stand on it. Are you nice and centered? Just turn and swing that other foot out. Now shift your weight. Well, you're in the right position when you ended, Rima. So
I
you
finally
get it?
got it the last time I got it. It was got a little more and more
Yay!
correct.
Hey, that's good. All right, I'm glad. Any other questions on parry, block, and punch? It's a hard move. Do you know parry, block, and punch occurs a lot of times in the form? And I really should count. I think I said that last week. And you'll be coming back to it again and again and again. So it is something we all come back to again and again and again and have questions about. So it takes a while to get it programmed into your body. So how are we feeling about a parent closing up? I did want to say that regarding parent closing up, that technically, even though we call this passing palm a shuttle in Fair Lady Works the Shuttles. Actually, I referred to it last week as, go ahead, because we were talking about Fair Lady Works the Shuttles, and it is like a shuttle. It is exactly like a shuttle. However, a shuttle is a passing palm, and technically, it's the palm passing under your arm. Okay, so just to be technical, I'm going to try to refer to it as a passing palm today. So I just wanted to mention that. But how are we feeling about a parent closing up? I see some nods like it's okay. And I see some querulous looks. Judith, you have something?
Well, my querulous look is, it goes back to grasp the bird's tail and to the part of this where warding off. I'm paying more attention. I think I was confused. In some of the ward offs, the elbow is straight. In others, things are curved, like you were holding a giant pillow or a giant teddy bear. And I'm
good for you. Yes.
confused about when.
Okay, so what's ward off and what's not ward off, right? Aha. So you're right. Left ward off. Let's see. Left ward off looks like this. And look at that. That's a pretty Tai Chi straight arm, right? And then you have right ward off. Oh my gosh, now it's bent, right? Look, that's ward off. That's the ward off part. That's the ward off part. And now it's bent. Well, that's not what's going on, right? And then you have a parent closing up. A parent closing up, where we have the audacity to call this a standing ward off, right? So wonderful, Judith, just wonderful. It's like, could we be more confusing? Okay, so let me tell you what is happening. And so, first of all, ward off is a bit of a way you define your space and don't let somebody into it. So that's one thing to know about ward off. But let's just talk about those since we're let's see, I'll do it this way. Yeah, this way. It doesn't look as straight here, but it feels very straight when you do it, right? There you go. It feels very straight. I mean, Tai Chi straight, right? When you do it. Okay, so what's happening is you have somebody's arm here and you're gonna actually push down here and their elbow is here, right? So you can imagine what that means. It's controlling their arm. Okay. Same thing is happening here. Same thing is happening here. You've got their arm and you're controlling it here. You're just in a different position relative. You're more in front of the person, whereas you were kind of at their corner here. Okay. What's happening here in a parent closing up is somebody's grabbing you here, and you're gonna wipe them off. And the best case scenario for them is they're gonna grab on here, okay? And then you're gonna push them away. So it's called a standing ward off, and I wish I knew more about it. It's always looks like this. So you see it in here. You also see it in right now here. And what's happening here is a completely different use. Somebody's coming in and they're punching you this way, and you connect with them, and then you deflect them, and then you push into them. Okay, so all of these things have in common that there's a point of connection, but I don't really know the answer. I will ask that question. Why are they all called ward? Like, why is the standing ward off called a ward off? It's a point of connection, but it feels different. So it's a very good question, but those are the things I know about these these different moves. And I know that in general, people say that a ward off is a way of defining your space. And in some sense, we're doing that in all of these, right? We're saying, you go no further. This is my boundary, right? Ha, come here? No. You know, try to get past here? No, right? This is my boundary. This is my kingdom. You can't get into it. I'm warding you off. I'm telling you, you cannot get any closer. So perhaps that's me talking now. I'm going to ask and find out more.
But I like that image that unites why one is straight, one is up and down,
Yes.
the other's curved. They're three.
Yes, but I can do this and say, huh, don't come that close. Look what happens to you. I can do this, you know, and you're not getting into my center, right?
Right. Thank you.
And yeah, so that's I think where we are on that. Okay. That was a very good question, Judith. Thank you. So let's review just briefly the parts of, we reviewed the footwork. You remember the footwork from last time? It was really hard footwork, right? Here was the footwork for a parent closing up. I mean, we went back and we went forward, right? Yeah, it looks like everybody's got this. One of the things we also did is we showed that as we turned our upper body, things happened with our arms, right? So there was a little turn to the left, and that's when this separation happened. And that's when the right arm moved forward a little bit. And then when we turned back to center, the arms not only rotated, but they each moved. So the arms were a little crossed, right? And our chest was centered. And then we opened this right arm and we came back, and that's that standing ward off, and we wiped out. And where did we end up? With the fingers of our right hand pointing towards the center of our forearm, the inside center of our forearm. How many times have we seen that, right? Then we turned our upper body back square, and we used that turning to rotate our forearms and set our hands. So our hands are now in front, ready to push, and our weight is still back. And then we just push forward. Unlike the other foot push that we did, we're on, our left foot is in front. It's the same move. So let's just do that one more time, two more times, just to solidify it. We're going to turn a little left, and the right arm goes forward and the left arm flattens and moves back a little. Then they rotate, both arms rotate and cross as we turn back to center. It opens, the right hand opens at the end of that. Standing ward off as we come back, wiping off the person from that arm, maybe shifting it to this left arm. Then the arms both rotate as we turn that torso back to 9 o'clock and push up the diagonal as we move forward. And at speed, turn left, come back to center, cross, open, turn right, moving back, wiping off, turn center, staying back, ready to push, and push forward. And really at speed, turn left, yield, cross, open, back, wipe off, turn, push. Nice. Okay. Looks like we've got that one. Okay, sounds good. Shall we go on to cross hands? It's a lot in cross hands. Before we get there, I'd just like to have everybody just sort of warm up their elbows. So if you can become like a, I don't know, like a doll or a puppet. There you go, like a puppet. So you're gonna have, you know, this body shape is gonna always stay here, right? You're sort of holding out your upper arms, but you know, just let it go. This, you know. Yeah, there you go. Just don't hurt yourself, but you know, just kind of get them warmed up. The reason I'm doing that is because this and lots of other moves we have, you put your arms up, has this move where we come down and then our elbows turn and we come in across our body. It looks like this. We come down and our elbows turn. You see, watch my elbows. See how my elbows are turning? And it can be kind of tricky to make that happen. But if you just let your arms relax, it happens naturally. It's just hard for us to relax them. Especially when we're doing Tai Chi sometimes and we're learning something. The other way to do this is when your arms are out like this, and we do this several times in the form, is to think that with your, maybe your first two fingers, your index and your middle finger, paint the wall, paint the wall, paint the wall as you come down until you can't anymore, and then let your elbows turn. Paint the wall, paint the ball, paint the wall, elbows turn. So we don't want any flip. We want to paint the wall, paint the wall, paint the wall, elbows turn, and they come in. Or just let them go, because they'll go there naturally if you can relax them. Sometimes that takes a while for us. So I just wanted to say that because that's something that you need in this. So apparent closing, not apparent closing up. We are left foot forward. Why don't you, let's see, I'm going to actually show it to you this way first so you can see what's happening, and then we'll all do it together. So we've been pushing. What's going to happen is we're going to shift back and start a little turn to the right. And then we're going to pivot on the left foot to straight as we chop out to the right corner. And then we're going to do this turn with our arms as our weight shifts back and pulling our other foot in. Then our right arm goes behind the left And I want you to think of connecting them and pushing up. The right arm ends up in the front. Little Tai Chi magic there. So I'm going to go do it this way, and you can do it with me. We're going to shift back. I'll tell you what to do with your arms more in a minute, but shift back, start to turn to the right, and then paint a rainbow with your right hand, chopping to the corner, shift your weight. This is where you're painting on the sides and coming in. And about the moment, you see how I brought my foot in? About the moment when our hands are coming to right to where our legs are, and then we come up. So looking at the footwork, we're going to shift. It's easier for me to call the footwork from here. We're going to shift back enough to center to move the point of the weight out of our full foot, all of our foot, just into the heel. Then we're going to pivot on that heel of the left foot as we turn our whole bodies 90 degrees. Then we're going to shift our weight entirely to the left, pivoting on the right ball, bring the right ball in, and then put the heel down. And then that's it. One thing we do not do, okay? I'm going to show it from here. One thing we do not do is stand up. We have to stay with our knees bent. However far your knees are bent, you need to keep sitting. This knee will want to straighten and stand you up. So think about just bending it like you always do, so that you end up in this position. This position. So this is your footwork. So from here, let's do it together from here, the footwork. We're going to shift back and turn our left foot pivot 90 degrees, shift over onto it, pivot the right foot, bring it back, and then center our weight. That's the footwork. One more time. We're going to shift our weight into the heel of the left foot, turn all our weight left, pivoting on the right ball, bring the right ball back so that you're shoulder width apart. And what do? We don't stand up. If our knees were bent to start with, they're still bent. One more time, because you can't get that, you have to get that tendency to stand up out of you. We're going to shift back onto that heel, turn to the right, shift all of our weight left, bring the foot in, and center our weight. Okay, and what are the arms doing? The arms, I'm going to face you here. The arms, as we start to turn our upper body just a little bit, you're going to make like a triangle. See that? See that triangle? As I start to turn. It's just as I start to shift the weight from my whole foot, it was like this, into the heel and a little bit into the back leg more, right? You're going to make a triangle. Then we're going to make a rainbow and chop to the corner. Looked at this way. Here. Then they're going to paint down as you shift your weight. Bring your right foot in. Right arm is behind, but it ends up in front. Right. Okay, from the direction we should be going in. Shift back a little, make that triangle. Now pivot on that left heel chop. All the way to the left as we paint on the wall around us. Pivot on the right, bring the right foot in, right when your arms are kind of hanging straight down. Shift your weight to the right as you cross them. The right one is in the back and lift up. Where do your arms cross? Not at the wrists and not in the middle of the forearm, but closer to the middle of the forearm. Not quite to the middle of the forearm. Are we like this? No. Are we like this? No. We're like this. You should feel a little bit, well, all of us, but maybe one of us should feel a pull on your back, right? You should have a nice balloon feeling. Nice, nice. Okay, so shall we, any questions on the pieces? Let's practice that then. Let's practice it in 4 different, let's see, let's practice it in 4 different directions. Yeah, that sounds good. So from here, left foot forward. We're going to shift back part way, get that weight in the heel, make a triangle, and then pivot, chop, move all of our weight left, bring the right foot in, center as we are crossing and coming up. Let's do it again. Left foot forward in a bow step, pushing out. Shifting back, the weight's coming into our heel. Chop as we turn that foot and ourselves to the right. And cross hands. And from here, you'll be turning away from the screen. See, shifting back, make that little triangle and turn away from the screen. Shift left. And coming up. Then put your left foot forward and push. We'll do it one more time. We're going to shift back, make a triangle, and chop. Your left foot should now have gone 90 degrees pivot. Shift to the left. Move, step in with the right. And up come your arms, cross hands. Nice. All right. This is not a limp move. This is what? Judith? What is this?
Another ward off.
This
Yeah.
is a standing ward off. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And what is this then? Is it a single or is it a double?
Aren't they both? They're both warding offs there.
Yes, they are. It's a double ward off. So if somebody's punching at you, you've also got this to say, you can't get in here. This is my boundary, right? This is my boundary. This is my boundary, right? This is my boundary. You're going to get in here? No, you're not. I'm going to just like push you aside, right? Right. So there's a lot of things you can do with it, but I think the one common thing I'm beginning to remember this is that it's your boundary and they can't get in. Okay. So, all All right, so what do we do from here? We might as well just, we'll talk through this again next week, but there is one more thing that we do. So here we are at the end, and we have closing, and I want to show it to you. Both hands do the same thing, so we can actually do it facing each other. First, I like to think of it as sort of presenting the tray. So we're going to actually stand up, and as we do, our arms just come and separate like you were presenting something to somebody. And then Nancy has this greatest image. She says it's like a mailing tube with round ends. Just come around the tube and then push down. Just like you're pushing that ball through water, gives you a little resistance until that moment when you can't push anymore. Okay? And then the very final thing is finish. When your hands come back to your sides in prepare. So we ended up here, right hand on the outside. We were wherever you, however low you are, right? What's closing? Feel they're together. I mean, I would not let them loose until they come loose. As you stand up, nice. Put the end caps on and push down. Nice. Yeah. So let's put those last two moves together, going, let's see, from apparent closing up, but we'll go in all four directions because we need the practice. So from the direction we know, let's see, from parry, block, and punch, apparent closing up, a little turn left, yielding, arms rotating and crossing, open that right hand, back we come, turn, ready to push and push. That's apparent closing up. Cross hands, start to shift back and turn, make a triangle and then chop. You pivoted at the same time with that left foot. Paint the walls, your arms come in, your foot comes in, they cross and up, closing. Stand up, present your tray, put your end caps on, push that ball down through water, feel it. Feel very erect, but not stiff. And finish. Let's do it one more time. Left foot forward. No, sorry. Yeah, left foot forward, punch with the right hand, left hand hanging out after parry, block, and punch. And apparent closing up. Turn a little left, yield that right arm forward, rotate those arms and turn back to square. They cross, open that right hand, come back. Turn, get ready to push and push up the diagonal. Oh, time for cross hands. You're going to make a triangle as you come back and turn a little to the right. And then you're really going to turn to the right. Chop, don't stop. All your weight now to the left. Bring your right foot in. Arms cross. And closing, standing up, presenting your tray, putting the end caps on, pushing down. Hands to the side for finish. Oh, you look fabulous. Everybody's very erect and wonderful. All right, I think we have enough time to do the whole first section. But first, are there any questions? No. Okay, let's do it. Prepare. opening, arms floating up, and pushing down. Left ward off, shifting left, turning out to the right, all our weight right, sit, close, step, and that left arm holds that giant bird as you stroke its tail. Right ward off, shifting right, turning right, all our weight left, grab, pull, close, step, little bird on that right arm, stroke its tail. Roll back, Queen's wave as we turn to the right corner, freeze those arms, shift back and swing left. Reeling our arms in as we turn back for press and expanding out. Push, opening our arms, coming back over the ball and up the diagonal. Single whip, shifting back, our hands flatten. We grab with that left hand. We're throwing somebody in the corner, shifting back to the right, making a hook, standing ward off, step. Deflect as we move forward and strike the knee. Raise hands and step forward, shift right, turn right, all our weight to the left, circle those arms back and then forward, heel touch. White crane, rotate arms, pull as we come back, circle all the way right, right arm up, left arm down. Rotate your arms for brush knee and swing. Step, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute, give way, step in, push back with the ball of your foot, heel touch, strum the lute. Another left brush knee, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Right brush knee, coming up, arms to center, stand on that left foot, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Left brush knee, coming up, arms to center, stand on the right foot, swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Hand strums the lute. One more time, give way, bring that back foot in, push with the ball of your foot, turning right, heel touch, strum. And one last brush knee. Swing, step, polish the table, and strike. Parry, block, and punch. Begin like right brush knee, but now the arms both circle down, make that fist swing, step. One line, two sides, stand on that right foot, swing the left foot through, and punch. Parent closing up. Turn left, give way with your right arm. Rotate your arms and cross as you turn back. Weight back. Turn, ready to push and push. Cross hands, shifting back, make a triangle, and then pivot. Chop right, all our weight left, arms circling, step in, arms crossing as we center our weight, and closing. Open your arms, rise up, put the end caps on, and push down. Hands at your side for finish. How'd that feel? Oh, I got some smiles. Okay, good. Okay, great. So we have one more before the holidays, and then my suspicion is that you'll get, next week I'm here. Rita is still traveling around the world, not quite, but she was in Singapore and now she's on her way, I think, to Australia. So she's having a great trip, I assume. So we're gonna, we'll meet next week and then we're off for 2 weeks. And then Rita should be back to work on polishing things up with you until section 1 starts again in February. If you have any interest in taking it again, it will be at 9:30 in the morning on Tuesday mornings. So if anyone is available then and wants to take that, that's when it's going to start as of February 7th. I'm going to be teaching it. So that's the next section 1. So any final questions before we go, or celebrations?
What's the date of that first section, first class?
February 7th. It hasn't been announced yet. It's just been decided. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there are 2 sign in if you want on Wednesday at 4. Is that correct?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, the Wednesdays, because I think Nancy wanted to get away from the holidays, but give people an opportunity. It should be really wonderful. It's just, let's all do what we know with Nancy. And then, yeah, I think it's Nancy, but I don't know for sure. It may be somebody else, but yeah, I think she offered to do that.
That's great.
We good? All right. Enjoy.
Thank you. so
Great
much.
work today. Thank
Great
you.
class. Thank you.
Great class.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys worked hard.